exploit for the PlayStation 4. So if we go ahead and take a look at the vulnerability scope here, we can see that view after free userland, this will work with 5.05 all the way up to 13.04. Now for labs, that only works up to firmware's 12.02, and then obviously for net control, that's what we're going to be utilizing here, and that goes up to firmware 13.00. Now, it does state here, supported by this repository, this table indicates firmware versions for which the current version of the repository provides a functional tested jailbreak for. And so what they're claiming here is for 7.00 all the way up to 13.00 is where the support is going to lie here. Now, if we go ahead and we scroll down into the FAQ, they will obviously give us a quick reminder here that will this work on 13.02 or above, and again, only the userland, as you cannot jailbreak above 13.00. Now, it does state here if the app crashes, basically the exploit failed, and now you'll just need to reboot the console and try again. Now, one thing that was important to note here in the FAQ was that can I run the jailbreak offline? And the answer to that is no. PSView requires any form of network connection. Internet is not required as such, and you can use the network like a home Wi-Fi, or you could even use one of these ESP32 devices if you wanted to. So there is some requirements down in here. So for jailbroken PlayStation 4s, you're going to need to have either a fake or legit activated PS4 user account, as well as FTP access, a USB drive, and the PlayStation View application, but it does give you a link to where you can download that. Now, for those of you that are on non-jailbroken PlayStation 4s, you can absolutely just use one of the system backup files. Or again, even your non-jailbroken PlayStation 4, we won't be diving too deep into these details today, mainly because this is a little bit of a wait and see currently at the moment. Now, there is a little bit more information here about the different types of payloads that was available. We can see that we've got an FTP payload, and there is a web UI, which again is some example code for how you can run the userland code with the browser as the UI. And then there is an ELF loader in here, the AIO fix here, and then there is a configuration option here. So it says that View comes with a few custom options. Finally, the jailbreak button auto-detects the firmware and the LAP exploit from 7 to 12.02. And then it says here you can change the defaults in the config menu in the JB behavior section. Another available option is to automatically launch a kernel exploit upon opening the View app. You can choose to either automatically launch LAPS or net control or the respective compatible firmwares. And we see that also you can turn on automatic payload. So in this config.js file here, you can add bin or L files to be loaded automatically. Again, there is a recommendation here to use the np fake sign-in, as this will get rid of the PlayStation View pop-up. That's currently happening. And then there's a bit of credits and setting this up as a separate user. So let's go over here and go into the releases. And you can see that there is already a brand new release, and it is called View After Free version 1.2, where they fix the 12.50 firmware detection. But if we look at the two files here, let's go ahead and download the manual setup.7z and then the view system backup.7z. And what we can see is there is a save.zip as well as a download 0. If we go over to the save.zip and we extract it, this is basically a save game file that you'll just be able to import in from Apollo's save tool over on the PlayStation 4. Now, if we take a look at the view system backup, there is the save.zip file and then the encrypted save backup. And right here is the backup file that you would restore your PlayStation 4 to. So it's pretty easy, it seems like, to go ahead and get started with this. Let's go ahead and look at a video of this working in action. that was released. So we'll go over here to PlayStation View and let this start opening up. Right there, you can see there is the option for the jailbreak. And at this point, it says starting AIO patch, and then AIO patch completed successfully. And right there is Gold Hen 2.4b18.8. And right there is some Homebrew running, which is by Lappy, which is .com. Now, there is a few things that I do want to call out. One of those is that, yeah, we're hearing already that the view stability on 13.00 is pretty bad at the moment. And then we can see over here from Dr. Yen Yen, he says, so as everyone can already see, up to 12.02 view plus lapse is great. 12.50 to 13.00 view plus poopsploit is bad. How much can be done about it? Poopsploit is quite a bad match for view. It's why testing took so long, and despite efforts, there wasn't much to do to improve it right now. Now, one other thing before we leave this topic is that there is this concept of PS View theming that I saw today, and it looked absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to scroll down and show you the final product here. And as you can see right there, this looks 10 times better already. So anyways, it's just a really nice, clean interface. I'll leave a link to this if you want to go and check this out. Well, anyways, that's going to do it for this one. I just wanted to pop in really quick and let you know some of my quick early thoughts on this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out. So, editing Michael here. I have been looking all throughout X and Reddit in a couple of different places, and it looks like stability is pretty low on that 13.0 PlayStation 4. So anyways, you might want to hold off on this for now until a few more of the kinks get worked out.